Rusty Rockets, Russell Brand, has got a message for you about Joe Rogan and what this is really about. This is what he says.
Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan. Do you think it's possible that the Joe Rogan story is being used as a misinformation distraction? Do you think that? I'm not saying what I think. Do you think that? While CNN and other legacy media outlets bring on pundits and advocates for World War III. And in which area do you think misinformation is more significant? Misinformation from one podcaster who calls himself a comedian and entertainer, so that's what he says he is, or actual news from news organizations like CNN, MSNBC. What's going to have more impact on your life? What's going to have more impact on the world? Have a look at my main channel video. We unpack this. You are going to love it. You're going to see the connections. You're going to see where the money is. You're going to see where the power is. You're going to see where the hope is.
So that's what he's telling. He's saying, "Oh, this is all a big distraction. They don't want you." Well, they're trying to start a war in Ukraine right now, and then another one with China, and they're doing a lot of stuff like that, and they're ramping up the military budget again every year. They're not stopping, and so now people are telling you, "Have you seen this?" Somebody put together this thing, and they're like, "Oh, Joe Rogan's right-wing guest bias," and they're saying all these people are right-wing. Have you seen this, Kurt? So
yeah,
I'm on it. I'm over there on the left. It says Jimmy Dore, but there's
that's a typo. You're a right-wing boogaloo.
I thought I was a right-winger. But over here they have people like let's see, let's go down it. Tim Dillon, they say he's a right-winger.
Russell Brand.
That Tulsi Gabbard, she's literally an elected Democrat. Sam Harris, let's see.
Michael Malice is an anarchist. He's not right-wing.
Let's see. Tim Pool.
Bridget.
Tim Pool. Dave Rubin. Russell Brand. They also said Russell Brand. Where is that? Where's his name?
Right up at the top.
Here it is, Russell Brand. Russell Brand is a right-winger.
Well, he's biased towards right-wing. It's a bias.
So this guy says, Russell Brand isn't a conservative, and at first glance you admitted Dr. Cornel West and Abby Martin. Why aren't they on the list?
Yeah, wow.
And you want to hear how I played this before? I'll play it again. This is how right-wing Joe Rogan is.
Jon Stewart bit?
He went crazy on. I mean,
I love Jon Stewart.
I mean,
that was amazing.
That surprised me a little bit because he's usually, he's a comedian, but he's usually kind of modulated here.
Jon Stewart.
What did he just say?
A lot of people forget when he was on the Daily Show.
He says he's usually modulated. What does that mean?
I didn't even see that part of this clip before. So he was like, I can't believe Jon Stewart would say that.
That's when he went on Colbert and was making the joke about the lab leak theory.
Yeah, and because it's remember that's racist.
Yes.
Not like the non-racist thing that they have a filthy food market where they eat bat wings. That's the non-racist.
That's not
thing.
racist. So yeah, he said he's usually Jon Stewart's modulated. What? What are you talking about? Here we go.
Was honest and balanced. He's very left wing leaning, as am I, but he is very honest.
I didn't know you were left wing leaning.
I'm 100% left wing.
I thought you were a libertarian.
I get labeled that way because of my position on guns and some of the things, but I'm very pro-choice. I'm very women's rights, civil rights, gay rights, trans rights. I'm even universal health care, universal basic income. I think we're going to come to a point in time where I think Andrew Yang has some really good points about automation and elimination of jobs. And I also think that we should take into consideration, like, where do our tax dollars go? And if people just had their basic needs met, would that give them more of an opportunity to pursue innovation and creativity and other goals? Or would that, with a negative perspective, would that encourage people to be lazy? I mean, I think it's something to be considered, like whether or not people who are ambitious would always be ambitious. I don't know. I think there's a certain amount of discussion to be had about all these topics, but my parents were hippies. I grew up I lived in San Francisco from age 7 to 11 during the Vietnam War. And the hippies were, that's like a formative period of my youth. And I'm always going to be open to anyone's choices. I want people to live their life as genuinely and authentically as they feel represents who they really are. That's why I'm left-leaning.
Yeah.
And that's why I've, You know, I've never voted for a Republican ever.
So there's your right winger. So they're doing it. Sounds like a crazy. And so Russell Brand made fun of him, this guy Brian Stelter, because Brian Stelter is trying to compare his show and CNN to a goddamn comedian doing a podcast. I'm not kidding. And so watch this. This was trending because of this. So watch this.
Which sounds great, but not all opinions are created equal. Now, listen here, Sonny Jim. You're not only making people not trust you, you're making them not trust me. Who just wing it, who make it up as they go along. And because figures like Rogan are trusted by people that don't trust real newsrooms. Well, like, why don't people trust me? They trust Rogan, but I'm perfectly trustworthy. Look how loose my tie knot is. Joe Rogan's irresponsible. He took horse maggot medicine the other day. Now tell me, sir, and don't tell me anything other than this. Should there be a war? Yes, there should be a war. Interview's done. I'd like to see you do that, Joe Rogan.
Let's watch that again. That's funny. That's
Which
funny.
sounds great, but not all opinions are created equal. Now,
Look how loose his tie knot is.
which sounds
Why does he have such a loose tie knot? That is kind of
because
funny.
he's got a 32-inch neck, probably. He's got to keep
I
it
guess
loose.
I don't know what that is for, but
great, but not all opinions are created equal.
not all opinions. Joe Rogan's opinion isn't as good as his opinion.
I mean, he doesn't even have his own opinions. Whenever Jeff Zucker
that's
inserts
right.
in him.
Now, listen here, Sonny Jim. You're not only making people not trust you, you're making them not trust me. Who just wing it, who make it up as they go along. And because figures like Rogan are trusted by people that don't trust real newsrooms. Well, like, why don't people trust me? They trust Rogan, but I'm perfectly trustworthy. Look how loose my tie knot is. Joe Rogan's irresponsible. He took horse maggot medicine the other day. Now tell me, sir, and don't tell me anything other than this. Should there be a war? Yes, there should be a war. Interview's done. I'd like to see you do that, Joe Rogan.
Nicely done, Rusty Rockets. All right,
It's
Russell
a good
Brand.
impression of Stelter.
Hey, we're doing live stand-up shows in Los Angeles, February 5th, February 12th, February 18th, February 20th, we're in Philadelphia, and then February 26th, back here in Los Angeles in Studio City at our 60-seat theater. Go to jimmydorcomedy.com for a link for all tickets, and while you're there, become a premium member, get access to all our premium content.